In this video, I'm going to explain the psychology of self-confidence with actual examples and video clips so that you can see and almost like feel exactly what it is, and also how to bring about this kind of change in your own life. So first of all, I'm going to use a short before and after video clip of myself as an example. So you can clearly see the difference in state from being self-conscious to becoming more confident. And this takes place over only the course of like a few minutes, but it's the same kind of underlying psychology that's involved in any kind of situation in life. And I'll explain all of that after we watch the clip. But just to give a bit of context first, in the beginning of this video, I basically felt like self-conscious and kind of suppressed. I was actually in like a very weak state at the time for various different reasons that I'm not going to get into. And I was recording this video basically as an exercise because of that feeling of weakness. So in the video, I'm basically just like talking to myself, but you can see a very rapid change in state that happens. So first, I'm just going to show you the clip, and then I'll explain everything and how this relates to the psychology and the process of building confidence after we watch the clip. Okay, so I actually do want to do this right now as an exercise. The reason I want to do it is because I can feel the need for it. You know, I can feel sort of my inhibitions and my resistance. For that period of time, I felt like I was doing enough. I felt like I was doing something, but it's come to the point now where it's no longer enough. I need to do more, and I should go by that feeling. So in the beginning of this video, I started out like stifled and inhibited because it was a public place, and on some level, I was self-conscious of the possible judgments of surrounding people that might be able to hear me, even though there weren't many people actually around. But this still caused me to be sort of like suppressed and behave in a submissive and self-conscious way. Or in other words, I felt that I was within the world of some outside judgmental perspectives of other people, which affected my overall behavior and my ability to express myself. But as I kept recording, I just kept pushing against this kind of inhibition until after a few minutes, I managed to build up like a momentum of outward expression that was able to overpower this kind of feeling of suppression. Or in other words, I became more confident and more comfortable expressing myself as the video went on, and it sort of unlocked my energy. This video clip actually comes from a more in-depth training, and it's from a lesson about building social momentum to unlock energy, and then building on that momentum by like bringing it into different social situations and interactions with girls and stuff like that. And we're not going to get into all the details right now, but basically the point is that I went through like a psychological shift from feeling self-conscious to feeling more confident, where I started to naturally feel that I had status in the environment and I could freely express myself without being shut down by that kind of fear of judgment of other people. And obviously, like I said, I was in a place where there was not much real pressure. And in my weak state at the time, like I probably wouldn't have been able to do the same thing, like if I went up on stage to talk to like thousands of people or something like that. I just like to use this video clip in particular as an example because it's really obvious to see very clearly that kind of change in state that happens. But this same kind of change in state, it can happen in relation to any kind of social environment, where you go from feeling suppressed and feeling self-conscious to unlocking your energy and being able to freely express yourself. So, for example, the same kind of change can also happen in relation to girls, where you can go from feeling self conscious and like nervous about what she might be thinking about you to feeling confident and comfortable being yourself and feeling that she is within your world. And this is necessary in order for her to actually be attracted to you. And also in relation to any kind of group of people or even to society as a whole, this same kind of change can happen. And this change, it can be rapid, like in this video clip that I just showed, or it can be like a more long-term psychological change that happens as you build up internal emotional strength over time. So this video clip, it's kind of like a small scale version of the same kind of process involved in gaining like a deeper and more permanent kind of confidence that extends through all areas of life, like right to the core of your being. So in other words, in the video clip, you can see a psychological change in relation to the very limited social environment that I was in. But with long-term change, it changes the way that you feel in relation to different groups of people and to different environments and ultimately to the entire society as a whole. So instead of feeling like inferior or suppressed, you start to have like a natural feeling of almost like superiority, where you're like not so suppressed by the judgments of other people or the judgments of society. You just don't care anymore. Just to show one more example to really hammer on this point, where you can see like the exact same kind of change as in the first video clip, only this time it takes place over the course of like a few months instead of just a few minutes. And this comes from a Chinese social media platform where I built up a following of about 20,000 subscribers, and I had like millions of views and a bunch of viral videos. So I'm just going to show the difference between my very first video to once I had built up an audience and had like more confidence in doing it.
你好，现在我就要开始。我本来有一种打算要做这种视频。你知道我已经在这里，在森林，一个人住4个月，然后我就很少看到其他人，其实就是一般一个月有一个人来送吃的过来。
So this kind of psychological shift or transformation is at the root of building confidence in all areas of life. It basically boils down to going from feeling that you are within the judgmental eyes and perspectives of other people to feeling that they are in your world, in like whatever situation that you're in. As for how to actually do this in practice, we're not going to get into like specific details right now, but if you want detailed step-by-step instructions and training of exactly how to do this in both in like specific situations as well as this kind of long-term training, then you can click on the link that's either below or in the description. So if you're interested, then just click on the link, and other than that, I will talk to you in the next video.